Well, hello everyone. This is Casey Nilsen Martin. I am in beautiful spring approaching Colorado. Very excited to be with you tonight. Want to welcome everyone that's dialed in over the phone and welcome everyone that's actually tuned in live on Zoom watching the video. Welcome to all of our guests and our OG family alike from all over the world. I know we have people streaming in on an international level as well. And so I am very excited to get to share my life with you tonight, to share something that I am so very passionate about and that I wake up every day and I literally just want to pinch myself because Organo has allowed me to have my cake and eat it too. And I'm going to share with you how that's taken place and kind of why you're here. Some of you know why you've dialed in. You're like, I want to know about the Ganoderma. Some of you are like, tell me all about the coffee. Many of you are dialed in and say, listen, I'm here to find out how I can benefit from the financial opportunity attached. And some of you aren't sure why you're on the call. And somebody called you, texted you, invited you, and their excitement was like, hey, I need to figure out what's going on. And so I want to welcome everyone. I'm going to share some awesome details with you tonight. We're going to be brief but very effective. We believe in being effective and not eternal. So hopefully you are sipping on your favorite cup of OG. If you're a guest, hopefully you've had a chance to make one of our coffees, teas, hot chocolates. I'm sipping on one of my personal favorites, our pink lemonade detox tea, absolutely delicious. And I'm going to share a little bit about Organo. And, you know, Organo is celebrating its 10th year this year. So we're approaching 10 years in business. I have been blessed enough to be with Organo for a little over 9 years. In January, I celebrated my 9th year with the company. And I'll share with you a little bit about how I got introduced to the business and some of these details, both as a consumer, as an entrepreneur. Today, we're going to have you actually start out with your consumer hat, then we're going to take the consumer hat off, put the entrepreneur hat, business hat on, and share some really powerful information. You know, this business, I look at this something so simple, a sample of coffee, and who would have thought 9 years ago that this sample would change my life, right? I was a full-time college student. At the time, I was 20 years old. I was going to school full-time at CSU. I was studying Shakespeare, American literature, creative writing. I'm a total nerd. I love to read. And I was really struggling. I was working full-time as a secretary for minimum wage. And I was struggling even just to put gas in my car. By the time I was done paying for school and my groceries, I was pretty much out of money. And I was really struggling with some health challenges, you know, feeling tired all the time, dealing with issues where my body felt terrible all the time. And I was definitely in need of health and definitely in need of wealth and definitely in need of a great group of people, a system, a philosophy. And my dad was given 3 samples of the Organo latte by a complete stranger. He was talking with him and he shared with him how my dad was telling this guy, hey, my wife can't drink regular coffee because it makes her shake so bad. She just can't have it and she loves coffee. And the guy said, well, I have some coffee, gave him some samples. He brought those samples home. My mom drank all 3 samples. One was supposed to be for her, one for my dad, and one for me. And my mom drank all 3 of them because she didn't get the jitters, she didn't get the shakes or that like racing heart palpitations, and she fell in love with the product. So my dad invited me to start using the products and take a look at the opportunity. And at first, I'll be completely honest with you, I thought he'd lost his mind. I was like, come on, healthy coffee for real? And then he told me, and it's network marketing. And he said it really excited, and I said it like, oh, because I didn't understand, right? Here I was struggling to survive, and he offered me an opportunity, and I told him no. And it's so funny because sometimes, you know, I was reading Robert Kiyosaki just a few days ago, and he said most people miss the opportunity to become wealthy because they miss what's right in front of them. And luckily for me, my dad knew what he had. He knew the brilliance of coffee, the magic of Ganoderma, the power of leadership. He knew what was about to take place and encouraged me. He said, Casey, I don't care if you join, I don't care if you get in, but I do care that you just come and take a look. And so that night I went and I took a look at the opportunity and fell in love. And every day I keep falling in love with the Organo products, with the system, the leadership, the people, and really importantly, the results. And so, you know, who would have thought that a cup of coffee would have changed my life? And I'm going to share a screen with you guys here so you have a chance to see what it is that we're talking about and why we're so excited about what's happening. So what we do is we show people how to save money. live healthier, and earn extra income. And I've traveled all over the world now. Before Organo, there was no money for gas, so there was certainly no money for travel. And now because of Organo, I've been able to travel to over 12 different countries. I've met people from all over the world, have gained really just the most incredible experiences. And it's because everywhere we go, people are looking for these three things. That's what I love about coffee. It's the economy equalizer. It's so brilliant because everywhere in the world, people know what it is. They budget for it. They plan on never living without it. And using that as a delivery system for health and wellness is really powerful. So Organo's actually a health and wellness company. My mom started drinking the coffee, didn't have the jitters, didn't have the crash, didn't have that crazy racing heart, felt good. I started drinking the product, and I started out drinking the latte, a cup a day, and the pounds were just melting off. And I was like, I wonder why this is happening. And I started, looking into all these great things I was experiencing, better energy, better focus. I used to not be able to make it through an entire day on my feet without just being so exhausted that it would take me 2 or 3 days to catch up. And after, a box or two of latte, I felt reborn. I felt like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to feel like. And so when we use coffee as the delivery system, think of how genius this is, right? Aren't you glad someone had this idea? Healthier coffee is such a great idea. If it wasn't already created, we should invent it, right? I mean, it's that good. It's one of those ideas that you're like, man, I wish I had thought of that. Because coffee is one of the most consumed beverages in the world. You can see here on the screen, one of the largest traded commodities. Over 100 million people are drinking it 3 to 5 times a day, every day. So it's a really simple concept that our leadership put together that said, let's take what people want, which is coffee, and what they need, which is health and wellness. Let's put them together so they can experience the life of their dreams. And it's so great because we lead with coffee, but coffee is simply the delivery mechanism that we use to help people get healthier. People are sicker than they've ever been. When you look around at it's really less of a healthcare system and more of a sick care system. People are struggling. And if we have an opportunity to introduce them to a brand where they don't have to change their habit, they don't have to learn new things, they don't have to change their budget, but now they can be getting health and wellness into their body every day, it just makes sense. And so we take what they want, which is coffee, what they need, which is health and wellness, and what is it that they need? They need Ganoderma. And so this is plant-based nutrition. This is nature's superfood, the closest thing to nutritional perfection found in nature. Now what's so cool is tomorrow you have an opportunity to dial in to this call and hear from Dr. Rakowski, just an incredible gentleman whose wisdom and knowledge of the body has spent decades learning, studying the art of nutrition and how it interacts with the body and how to be your best. He has all that wisdom and experience. For me, I'm a college dropout. I dropped out as a sophomore. When I first started building my Organo business, the most I'd ever made in an hour was $8.10. And I was given this coffee and I felt great. I started sharing it and other people felt great. And so whether you have an extensive knowledge of how it all works, or like Dr. Bob, or whether you're like me and saying, listen, I don't know how it works, I just know that it works, and are willing to share a sample, it can work for you. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Ganoderma does inside the body and how it makes your body, it puts it in the best position to be its best. We're not designed to be frustrated and anxious and tired and foggy thinking and not feeling well all the time. We're designed to be incredible all the time. But there's a lot of toxins in the environment. We're breathing them in, we're putting them on our skin, we're eating them, we're drinking them, and these toxins are building up a toxicity level that's throwing off our health and wellness, throwing off our immune system. But we lead with coffee because you don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, honey, I hope you had a great night's sleep. Let's go have a cup of antioxidants, right? But you wake up in the morning and most people don't even talk to their spouse or their kids until they have at least a cup of coffee. And so we utilize healthy coffee. But before I talk a little bit more about Ganoderma, let's talk about why we use this business model. Why did Bernie Chua? See, there's 3 things we're talking about tonight: the brilliance of coffee, the magic of Ganoderma, and the power of leadership and a system. And Bernie Chua, as our leader, the CEO of our company, he created this incredible product, and he said the power of this product is in the results and in the stories. And so he chose this business model of network marketing because he's a brilliant man. Your net worth is determined by your network. Most people look for work while the wealthy are building networks. Word of mouth marketing is still to this day the most powerful form of advertisement available to mankind. And as we look at the way the internet has changed traditional franchising and traditional businesses, doesn't it make sense to be in a business model, network marketing, the home-based business model, where you can have everything you want? No risk to low risk, the flexibility of setting your own hours, the opportunity to work part-time or full-time, the opportunity to have supplemental income or replacement income. I look at what happened, just a couple of days ago with Toys R Us announcing that they're closing 800 locations in the United States. 30,000 people are about to lose their job. And when you look at that company is 70 years old. It's 70 years old. Many of us grew up being a Toys R Us kid, and we look at the way the internet has come in and completely changed that business, where a 70-year-old company isn't even going to exist anymore. Well, when you look at coffee, talk about stability. Coffee is not going to change. It does not matter how good technology gets. It can't replace a cup of coffee. And it's not just a habit. It's so ingrained in people's lives. It's an addiction. I asked a gentleman the other day, doing a meeting. We had about 100 of us in the room. And I said, who's the biggest coffee drinker in here? And he raised both hands and both feet. So I'm like, okay, it must be you. His name was Mike. I said, Mike, when do you plan on having your last cup of coffee? He said, if I could design it perfectly, I'd like to be sipping on a cup while I'm dying. He's like, if the last thing I do on earth is have a cup of coffee, that would be ideal. And I'm thinking to myself, how powerful that people don't forget to do it. They can't live without it. And they intend to do it 3 to 5 times a day. Remember when it said that here? 3 to 5 cups a day, every day for the rest of their life. So as a consumer, you love coffee. But as a business owner, you finally get to take advantage of what Warren Buffett says. What you like to do, make it your hobby, but what the world does, make it your business. And guess what? We're a solution-based company. There's some problems out there that we have a solution for, and that's why we share. That's why we give out the samples. That's why we connect. Coffee is the ultimate bridge to having a conversation with somebody, because there's some health and wellness challenges out there. Now, what does Ganoderma do? Ganoderma, what's so cool about the way Ganoderma works is that, it's kind of like a pool. Your body is 75% water. So picture a pool. You can't see the water in your body because it's encased in skin, right? Your skin is the largest organ on your body, okay? Your dermis, your skin. And what Ganoderma does is it helps keep the body clear. It eliminates contaminants. It eliminates toxins. It helps keep the body operating great. Imagine a pool that hasn't been cleaned in 2 months, 3 months, even sometimes 2 or 3 weeks. The water is gross. It changes color. It smells. You're certainly not going to let a family member or a loved one swim in it. Why? Because it's not healthy. Well, what happens with our bodies is, we're not cleaning them every day, and slowly things start building up and we start to feel those aches. We start to feel that tiredness that we're just not used to. And so Ganoderma says, hey, with every sip of Organo coffee, latte, gourmet black coffee, absolutely delicious, our mocha, our hot chocolate, our protein shake, our energy drink, with every sip, you're putting Ganoderma in to help cleanse the body, detox the body, so you can experience this incredible level of health and wellness. And I look at what that really means in the world, and it becomes so exciting. And so what I want to do is bring up a picture now of, you can see here, regarded by the Asian culture as the miraculous king of herbs, even been called the herb of immortality, was actually originally reserved for royalty. And let me show you what some people have experienced. I don't know what your experience is going to be. I can tell you the experience is more important than the explanation. Like I said, I don't know the science behind how it all works, but day after day, I get stories. I met with a young woman today, Miss Jure. She's been involved with Organo now for about 4 days, and I sat with her this morning, and I said, how are you? She goes, I haven't had this much energy in longer than I can remember. She said, I feel incredible after just a couple days using the products. It's awesome. These two beautiful ladies here, as you can tell, their skin, right? We can't see the quality of the water inside of our bodies, but sometimes if the toxicity gets high enough, you can start to see it. And after using the black coffee and the soap, you can see the results that they've gotten. What I love about this is I know how self-conscious I get if I have one pimple or one blemish. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to go out. I don't feel confident. I don't feel like going out and conquering the world and helping people and living my dreams. And so I can imagine just the embarrassment, the self-consciousness of going out and just living life. And I know what it's like to get your life back. I mean, being able to go from, you know, these pictures here on the left, not only does that look really uncomfortable and painful, it's obvious that, you know, somebody would notice. That's not something that you can hide with makeup or that you can cover up. And to see how their skin is just from getting Ganoderma introduced into their body 3 to 5 times a day using the products we have, it's absolutely phenomenal, absolutely incredible. And you can tell they're shining from the inside out. So going from being embarrassed and dealing with different challenges and letting it affect your life to getting a new lease on life because somebody gave you a sample of coffee, do you believe you could give a sample to someone and then follow up with them and find out how they like it and how it makes them feel? Guys, it really is that simple. And so when we look at what's happening here, Organo said, okay, we've done great with coffee. Coffee is the backbone of who we are because it's the best, easiest way to start a conversation and deliver Ganoderma. But we realize that, again, remember I said we're a solution-based company? We realize that there's some weight management problems that are causing some real issues with people. And so our research and development team spent years saying, listen, I call it a triple threat: taste, texture, and smell. We have hit best in category on those 3 things. We have a triple threat with our shakes, our protein shakes: fiber, protein, super nutrients, including Ganoderma. But it tastes like liquid birthday cake. I had a chocolate one this morning, tasted like a Frosty from Wendy's. Absolutely incredible. And so whether you're looking to maintain weight, lose weight, or gain lean muscle, it's all about health and wellness. This is something that we have people that aren't looking to lose weight, and they drink it every day because they want that good nutrition in their body and because it tastes amazing. And so when we look at some of the ways that, how many of you know someone that's put on extra weight and it's affected their confidence? Or maybe you know somebody who's put on extra weight and it's affected their pocketbook because they have to buy new clothes, or they've had to deal with some health challenges that are associated. There's a young woman, Miss Stacy, down in Denver, who actually had some family members who were passing away from obesity-related diseases, and she said, you know what, I want to take control over my health. She came, tasted the product, tasted amazing. She's down 112 pounds. She's like, I feel like I put life back onto my life. Absolutely incredible. When you look at Miss Nikki Idetta, a former school teacher down 60 pounds from a size 16 to a size 0. You look at Jeremy Hall, guys. This is so incredible. Working in IT, you know, one of the things I know is there was an article released not too long ago that they call sitting the new smoking. You got to be active. Well, you don't feel like hitting the gym and having a great workout if you're overweight, tired. How many of us have ever gone to work, come home, and we don't have any energy to play with the kids because we gave everything we had at work? Well, Organo, people say, find your Phoenix. That's why we call it the OGX Phoenix. Find your Phoenix. Have your cake and eat it too. You can have it all. These results people are getting, feeling better in their 50s than they did in their 20s, and it's absolutely incredible to see how people are benefiting from experiencing Ganoderma in their life. It's absolutely incredible, guys. And so when we look at Organo, it's the brilliance of coffee, it's the magic of Ganoderma, and it's the power of leadership. Leadership is so very important. And I want to share with you this screen. It's one of the most important ones that I will share with you tonight, because everything rises and falls on leadership, and these men are on a mission. Think of the word commission. We all love to get paid commissions, right? Well, there's a mission in commission, and their philosophy of putting people first, of serving people the highest quality product. Here you have an industry that's built on people helping people. Network marketing has truly come into its time. Timing is everything. It's a really bad time to get involved in Blockbuster. It's a really bad time to get involved in the CD business, but it's a really great time to be involved in network marketing. We get to utilize the internet, and you have the most brilliantly designed product in the history of this business. It's absolutely incredible. It's because of these 3 gentlemen. They've taken this business international. You can now build a business in 50 plus countries, multiple different languages, and because of incredible platforms like the technology we're using tonight, You can do a meeting in a country you've never even been in. Are you okay getting paid 3 to 5 cents a cup? Every cup coffee consumed in a country you've never visited, that you might not even be able to find on the map? That is just brilliant. Warren Buffett says, listen, if you can't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you'll work until you die. The dream isn't to work until we die. This business allowed me to retire out of corporate America, retire out of being stuck, and retire into my dream, into my passion. How would that feel if you were able to do that? Maybe an extra $100 a week can do that for you. Or maybe you're on the line saying, listen, I've heard of a gentleman by the name of Jose Ardone who's become a multi-millionaire in this business. He works hard, he follows instructions, has built a huge team all over the world, and he has a 4th grade education. So when we look at what these 3 gentlemen have created, it's absolutely incredible. And so I'm so excited to get to share with you today what's going on with the business, because we look at all of the great opportunities. And like I mentioned, opportunity is everywhere. We've got the brilliance of coffee, we've got the magic of Ganoderma, and we have the power of leadership. So let's talk about who we have on the call today. You know, we have a simple sampling system, kind of a mouthful, right? Simple sampling system. We share the product, we share stories, and we share the plan. We share the information. And there's really probably 4 types of people. We've got hundreds of people dialed in today over the phone, both on live. We have people watching Facebook Live. It's taking place all over. We have a call today taking place in Spanish. We'll have hundreds of people on that call. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We've got Dr. Bob doing the call tomorrow. There'll be hundreds of people listening tomorrow. So congratulations to you who have a chance to hear it before all the people tomorrow, right? First movers advantage. And so there's 4 types of people on the call today. One, the first type of person is what I call a no-no person. Now, on a call this size, there's probably 1 to 4 people who consider themselves a no-no. No means no to the business, no to the product, okay? Then we have the second type of person. The second type of person says no to the business, I don't need the opportunity, but yes to the product. I want to either purchase product as a retail customer or get it at the wholesale cost and pay the same price as our distributors. Then we have the third type of person on the call today. That's what I call a yes, yes. Yes to the product. I want to use the product. I want to be getting Ganoderma into my body 3 to 5 times a day. And yes to the business. Somebody looking to have some part-time income, an extra $80 to $150 a week, $500, $800 a month would make a huge difference. That's going to be about 50% of the people that are listening. That's where I started. I started saying, man, if I could make enough money to be able to put gas in my car and have some money left over after groceries, I would be incredibly excited. I started out as a 3, but then turned into a 4. Now a 4, there's going to be a few of you on the line listening today that are a 4, an absolute yes to the product and an absolute yes to the opportunity. Somebody who says an absolute yes to the opportunity. I've got dreams and goals. I would love to be a coffee millionaire. I would love to build a team all over the world and embrace the lifestyle and have the opportunity to do the things I've always wanted. And take those dreams off of the shelf. Take them off of life support and really share in the opportunity that's happening here. And so I'm going to take the next few moments and share with you how we get paid. I'm so excited to get to share this because it changed my life. The only way I had ever learned how to get paid before Organo was to exchange my time for money. Well, the challenge with that is eventually we all run out of time, right? And so what happens is I heard just yesterday that the average retirement income in today's day and age, the average retirement income is $800 a month. Now, I'm not putting down that income by any means, but I don't know how someone would live off of $800 a month. You're telling me groceries, car, insurance, medical expenses, and a house, all of that before any fun, or forget about fun and travel, on $800 a month? I'm going to show you right now how using we do 2 things. We collect and build a base of customers and subscribers. Customers and subscribers. What's a subscriber? That's somebody who's drinking coffee every single month. They're putting their coffee on auto ship. They're never going to be without it. You saw those pictures of those ladies and the weight loss pictures, and you're hearing these stories of how great people are feeling. They're never going to stop drinking Organo. You want to be in a business where the people that are your customers stay your customers and never stop drinking your product. And so we teach a really simple system. I want you to be thinking about 2 things. Could you benefit from Ganoderma? Could you benefit from Ganoderma, you and your family, from getting healthier and helping support the immune system by drinking these delicious and incredible products? And I also want you to be thinking, are there some things in your life missing that you would like to change? Travel, upgrading your lifestyle, giving back at a different rate, making an impact, becoming a millionaire. Those were things that I didn't even know were possible before Organo. And so we teach a really simple concept. Do you believe that in the next 30 days, this is what's so exciting. Do you believe, I got to take my bracelets off here because they're scratching on the desk. This is so much fun. I love using technology and being able to connect this way. Do you believe with what you've heard about our products, the brilliance of coffee, the magic of Ganoderma, and the power of the system put in place by this leadership, we teach you how to give away samples of coffee. Let this do the hard work. Now, this is not a lottery ticket. This isn't something that you can do nothing and have results. This is a business, but you can work it part-time, and it's really simple what it takes to win. So in the next 30 days with the product that we have, do you believe that you can have 10 customers who switch their brand of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, shake, and become your customer? Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Miss Shorty, Miss Rashana. Got her very first customer from a sample of latte. This is a black, but she sampled the latte, and this one customer bought 6 boxes. Her very first order was 6 boxes. I'm going to show you how the average customer in Organo uses what we call 2 units of products. So maybe that's 2 boxes of black, maybe it's a bag of shakes and a bar of soap. The example I just gave you, her very first customer bought 6 boxes. But I'm going to give you really conservative examples because I want you to understand the power and profitability in these examples. If the average customer is using 2 units, that means you're moving 20 units of product with these 10 customers. And let's say it takes you 1 to 30 days to accomplish that. Well, at 20 units of product, here's what we know about Organo. The average profit from retailing a box of coffee is about $15, right? So when you look at that, you could show somebody how to make a $300 profit by simply acquiring 10 customers. Some people go, okay, well, I was really looking for a little bit more than $300 a month, because guess what? A customer, a subscriber, is somebody that's drinking your coffee this month and next month and the next month. So we're just using coffee in this example, but obviously we have energy drinks, we have the protein shake, we have the toothpaste, we have the soap, we have an incredible product line, but I'm just using coffee in this example. At $300 a month, what about multiplying that times 12 months in the year? That's an extra $3,600 a year you've just put in your pocket. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure $3,600 extra a year is going to take care of 1, maybe even 2 mortgage payments or rent payments for somebody. And now you're taking the stress off. What would it be like to not have 2 mortgage payments this year, right? That'd be awesome. The way to do that is powerful. But let's say you're like, okay, $300 a month, that sounds great and all, but I'm really looking for a little bit more. Well, what if you do that 4 months in a row? See, at 4 months in a row, you now have 40 customers. You now have 40 customers that you're serving. You've earned their business. You're serving their coffee needs. You're their coffee lady. You're the coffee guy. And you now have 40 customers. And 40 customers, remember, if you're averaging 2 units and you're averaging $15 profit per unit, you're now looking at $1,200 a month that you're putting into your pocket. $1,200 a month. You've now just taken care of maybe a mortgage payment every single month. This is done part-time. You're still working, you still have your job, you're still doing those things, but you're bringing in an extra $1,200 a month. When you multiply that times 12 months, what's so exciting? That's $14,400 for the year. For the year. Let me ask you a question. What would it take right now at your job or your place of business, whatever you're currently doing, what would it take for you to get a $14,000 raise? See, for most people, it's not even possible doing what they're currently doing. That's what's so great about Organo. Get another stream of income. And I know people who work all week at an extra job, a second job or a third job, and that second and third job doesn't bring in $14,000 a year. Would you be willing to get 40 customers? What about 50? What about 60? What about 70? Guys, it's powerful. even the 10 customers with an extra $300 a month. It's absolutely incredible. You know, Miss Karen and Slate in Colorado, got a text from her today. Last month, she made $1,600 in retail profit. This month, she's already at $1,000 this month in retail profit. That's not even counting building the team and building the business. That's just retail. I know she's got, you know, they have a couple of kids, a great big family. They've got a baby, Miss Miracle, who's getting ready to turn 1. She's busy. She's a mom, she's a wife. She's got a lot of things going on, and putting part-time an extra $1,000 so far this month already into her pocket. It's amazing. These are things happening right now to people just like you and I. I heard a story yesterday of a young woman. I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure I got it right. 72 years young. 72 years young in Houston. She works 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. She goes to construction sites and makes coffee by the cup, sells it for between $2 and $5. That is good. Between $2 and $5 a cup. She makes $300 an hour. She works 1 hour, 5 days a week. She makes $300 a day doing that. That's $1,500 a week. That's $6,000 a month. 72 years young. Now, what sounds better? Retiring with something great to do, making a difference at $6,000 a month instead of the average, which is $800? Guys, that fires me up and excites me. So here we have this example. Yes, we believe that we can get 10 customers. It really is that simple. Well, what I want to share with you is, do you believe, and you got to answer this for yourself, do you believe within the next 1 to 6 months, that you can partner with 10 people, 10 business partners who say, listen, I see what you're doing. I could use an extra $300 a month. I could use an extra $1,000 a month. 10 people. And you're going to be teaching them how to get their 10 customers. Guys, we've had people enroll 10 business partners in a week, and we've had people take the 6 months to do it. It's your business. You can work it part-time, you can work it full-time, you can work it slow, you can work it fast. It's your business. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We already have the system in place. So in 1 to 6 months, 10 business partners. Well, here's what happens when you have a network. It's called points of distribution. It's called leverage. It's called multiplication. Do you believe that in the next 6 to 12 months, you can have those 10 people do exactly what you did? And now you have 100 points of distribution, what I call POD, points of distribution. So imagine if you ran a restaurant. What would it take to open 100 other restaurants? It wouldn't be cost effective, and you couldn't do it in 12 months. But because you're using network marketing, you're using the brilliance of coffee, the magic of Ganoderma, and the power of this leadership system that's been put in place, in 1 year, you could have 100 points of distribution. Then we take the next 12 to 18 months. So in the next year and a half, the next 12 to 18 months, do you believe that would duplicate again? 1,000 people, 1,000 points of distribution. Guys, it's powerful. I've watched it happen. I have seen it happen in less time. I've seen some people take 5 years to do it. I've seen some people get involved and do absolutely nothing. So what's cool about this business is you can set your dreams and goals to whatever it is that you desire. Well, what happens with those 1,000 people? What are they doing? They're getting their 10 customers. And those 10 customers are each using 2 units of product. Let's say they're using 2 units of black coffee. Well, that's 20,000 units of product. Well, see, here in Organo, we assign a point value to the product. So let's say it's black coffee. That's one of our most affordable products that we have. All of the products are affordable in any budget. I like to think of it as you're getting the coffee for free. You're just paying for the health component. And so let's take a box of black coffee. A box of black coffee. I've got a box of mocha here behind me, but let's take a box of black coffee. It's assigned a value of what's called 15 CV. What is 15? What is CV? CV is cash value, commissionable value. People call it different things, but basically that's the value associated with the product that you're going to get paid on, okay? At 15 CV times 20,000 units being moved, remember, after 18 months in this example, that's every month in your business, that's 300,000 CV, okay? 300,000 CV. Well, in Organo, let's say I'm going to use a super conservative example. I want to show you what following instructions, being coachable to the system, plugging into the results and the proven testimonials that are already there, and sharing samples. Keep it simple. We're going to show you how to give away the coffee. We're going to show you how to sample the coffee, okay? 300,000. Let's say the commissions. There's 4 bonuses you earn in the residual portion of this business. So we talked about retail, customers, and subscribers. What I'm talking about now is the team building component of residual income. That's money that keeps coming in month after month, year after year, decade after decade, and even generationally. That's why you can will this business to your family. It's absolutely incredible. So 300,000, the average, let's say that you're just earning an average between 3 and 7% return off of the total revenue generated in your business, okay? That's an average. Let's cut it right down the middle at 5%. 300,000 a month in volume, in commissionable volume, at 5%. Guys, doing the math, that's $15,000 a month in income that you're earning. Remember, there's 4 bonuses that are attached to this. Your unilevel bonus, your matching bonus, your generational bonus, and your global bonus pool. Guys, you're putting yourself at a 6-figure a year residual income. That's powerful. What if you messed it all up and took twice as long and we're at $5,000 a month? Guys, this is powerful what's taking place. There are people in Organo, ladies and gentlemen, that are doing incredible things. And I know that you came onto the line, you gave up your time tonight because you're looking for something. This is what I love about life. What you're looking for is looking for you. It's funny how people who are looking for opportunity, they're looking to add value to their life and the lives of other people. They're looking to upgrade. They're looking to get rid of the stress. It's awesome how opportunity comes to those people. And so at $15,000 a month, that's life-changing. That's absolutely life-changing. And I can tell you, it changed my life. When this happened to me, like I said, I was a college dropout. I had no opportunity outside of Organo to make a 6-figure income, and it takes work. That's my disclaimer. I love telling people it happens with your effort. This is the easiest money I've ever made. When I met with Jeray this morning, she was already buying more coffee. Her product from getting started in the business, which I'm about to show you how to do, her product from getting started hasn't even arrived yet, and she was placing an order for more product. Imagine having something that's so hot, literally and figuratively, that you can't even keep it in stock. Guys, absolutely incredible. So I'm so excited to have the opportunity to share with you how to get started. How to get started in this business. It's really quite simple. When we look at what's taking place in this business, I'm just going to look for my other screen here so I can show you how to get started. It's really exciting because there's 7 ways to get paid. There's 4 ways in the residual. We're having a major event called Expo that's coming up here in Las Vegas. I highly recommend the first weekend of September, you set it in your schedule to be at this event. It's absolutely phenomenal to, 1, to learn and grow, but 2, we're going to celebrate you and you'll be recognized on stage for your achievements and your accomplishments. It's incredible. Getting started is super simple. Getting started, $50, $49.95. This gives you access to wholesale purchases. So like I mentioned, there might be 1 or 2 no-nos. We appreciate you listening to the information. Nobody's going to chase you down and hound you. That's not how we are. We got 300 million people just in the United States that are looking for better health and that are looking for a great cup of coffee. So the whole world becomes our marketplace. We don't have to chase anybody down. We're not sales pitching anybody. We're sharing coffee and sharing information. So for our no-nos, that concludes the presentation for you. But for somebody who says, listen, I want to get the product at cost. I want to take my position of equity and have access to all these incredible beverages. You can get started at our $49.95 distributor kit. But then we have 3 different product packs that you can choose from. The optional product packs are what we call bronze, silver, and gold. I love it because it's just like in the Olympics. Bronze is still good, silver is still good, but the goal is to go for gold. And each package comes with a different amount of product. And when you have more product, you can share it with more people. And so it also comes with an increase in potential earnings. So at this bronze level, $250 investment. Like I mentioned earlier, I studied Shakespeare in college. I had books for class that cost more than a bronze pack, that I've never made any money from using them. And you spend $250 on a book, You take it to book buyback and they offer you $12 for it. We call that a bad business deal. A bronze pack here, you invest $250, you're getting not only the tax benefits, the opportunity to start building a small business, or maybe even just start consuming the product. This is more of our coffee drinkers pack. You get $250 worth of wholesale product. Now, if you want to start building a team, remember that $15,000 a month example I gave you does not include retail money. It does not include your fast start bonuses, which are paid out weekly, nor does it include your dual team, your team commissions that are paid out weekly. The team commissions you can earn as a bronze member is up to $500 a week, that 10%. Then we have our silver pack. This is where, a lot of 2s and 3s can see themselves getting started. $450, you've now increased your earnings from 10% to 15%, up to $1,500 a week. You're getting dollar for dollar in wholesale product. You're now saying, okay, I have enough product that I have enough that I can give some away. At that bronze level, you're not wanting to share because you're wanting to keep all the product for yourself. The silver pack kind of positions you in a little bit better, but then it gets better. And this is the gold pack. This is where I got started because I was looking, if I'm going to do the work, I want to get paid the most. And so bronze, silver, or gold, at the gold pack, you're now maximizing your earning potential, 20% up to $2,500 a week, and you're getting an adequate supply of product so that you can consume it because you want to share with people what your story is. Some stories are as simple as, that's the best cup of coffee I ever had. Some stories are, I love the pre-brewed technology. It's so convenient. It brews in a cup. All I do is add hot water. I can take it with me everywhere I go. I'm saving money because now it's my coffee instead of spending $4, $5, $6, $7 for a cup out at a coffee house because you can find hot water anywhere. But some people's are like those women with their skin, the before and after, losing weight, better mental clarity. For me, not only did I have the mental focus, I had the energy to be excited about living life to the fullest. But then we have this gold pack. This is where our 4s get started, the ones that say absolute yes to the product and an absolute yes to having their cake and eating it too, to living the dream with Organo. Ladies and gentlemen, get in where you fit in. I encourage people to get in where they're a little uncomfortable. Why? Because then that's when you're like, okay, what do I need to do? What you need to do is get started, get enrolled. I encourage you to get started. I'm biased with the gold pack because that's where I got started, and the results that I've had in my life are just life-changing. I went from a 1992 Chevy Lumina to a bought and paid for, no note Mercedes-Benz SUV. I went from living in my parents' basement to, I'm currently just sold my second home that we had, 35 acres in the mountains, and I'm building my third home on a golf course. And I look at that and I'm like, guys, I started out as a college dropout with no credibility and no money. It's the coffee that's this good. We have professional athletes like Rod Smith and Manny Pacquiao. We've got contractors like Steven Nilsen, realtors like Deanna. We've got people like Sam Bean, went from the mortgage industry, Edwin Haynes, a background in the music industry, Nikki Idetta, a former teacher, people from all over the world who say, you know what is the real equalizer? It's a cup of coffee. It's the Organo opportunity. And so I encourage you to get back with the person who brought you to this information. Let them know if you're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. If you're a 3 and a 4, let them know where you're ready to get started. We have a meeting that's going to be taking place. The dial-in phone number is the same, but the webinar ID will be a little bit different. You've got Dr. Rakowski out of Houston, Texas tomorrow going to be sharing this information. I want to leave you with this. You could get started tonight, right now, and have your business be launching tomorrow by Dr. Rakowski. Got involved in this business after watching his 18-year-old son become financially independent in less than a year. He has 4 businesses that he runs, very busy, very professional, has become a multi-millionaire many times over in his other businesses. And when he looked at Organo, what he saw with the Ganoderma, he was like, the world needs Ganoderma. And then what he saw with the business, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely incredible. Get your people on the line tomorrow. Make 5 phone calls, make 10 phone calls, and get your people to hear this information. If you happen to be in Colorado or know somebody in Colorado, Mr. Holton Buggs, our CVO, is going to be in Loveland, Colorado this coming Wednesday, the 28th of March. Reach out to your upline, reach out to the person who brought you, find out how to get a ticket and how to get your people here. We'd love to host you. in our beautiful, beautiful city here in Loveland, Colorado. Going to be an absolutely incredible event. Thank you, Miss Carolyn, for running the background and taking care of the Zoom for us. I want to say welcome aboard and congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, it's easy, it's simple, it's organo.